Audrey Alison. Thanks for joining me for your March 2016 forecast for the month. It's a beautiful day out, and I am using the Connolly Tarot deck. This is an Irish deck by Peter and Eileen Connolly, and it reminds me of spring, so the colors are very rich and deep. So I'm bringing out this deck with the very unique kind of Celtic pattern on the back. And thank you for tuning in and for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate your support, as well as on my Facebook page, Audrey Alison, Astrology and Tarot. Aquarius, we're starting the top of the month on the 5th with a Mercury transit, who is leaving your sign. Mercury's leaving Aquarius on the 5th, so you have the first 5 days or so with him, still helping you in the communications, study, learning, local travel. But he's entering Pisces, which is your money sector, and there is a ton of influence in your second house this month, and the third house as well. But the self-worth, the finances, the money, the budget. Mercury is great for clients, contacts, communications. And the second house is finance, self-worth. How do you value yourself? This is really good for if you have a boss that you're trying to communicate with in order to receive a raise. And I think a bug just flew in my eye. There's a lot of bugs out today. I have crazy allergies as well, so bear with me on that. Okay. Speaking to the boss about a raise is an amazing to do when Mercury enters the second house, because you can discuss money very easily, and you can discuss what you are worth to yourself and to others at this time. So it's a powerful placement for you. Mars on the same day, on the 5th, is entering Sagittarius. That's a fiery combo, the planet of fire and feist, into the sign of fire, Sagittarius, in your 11th house. A lot of action in social connections and groups, clubs, organizations, friendships. Mars wants you social in the 11th house. But now I'm noticing Saturn is also in this sector. Saturn will remain in Sagittarius through the winter solstice of 2017. So there could be, Saturn's there scolding you in that 11th house. Saturn is there limiting the connections of who you are spending your time with and the clubs you are affiliated with. You could find some feistiness to your social connections. There's a little bit of a dichotomy. Saturn is limiting you in the 11th, and Mars is wanting you to push forward. So you could be torn as to, do I go out? Do I not go out? Do I remain in close connection with this friend I've had for 10, 20 years, or do I not? You're going through a review, and Saturn is actually retrograding on the 25th of March in this sector from the 16-degree mark back to the 9-degree mark. So where you hold Sagittarius in your natal chart from 9 to 16 degrees, that's going to be your Saturn review. Your lesson is right there in that 7-degree chunk of space. In the 11th house, especially if you are an Aquarius rising. Please watch your ascendant forecast. It's very accurate for planetary transits. I would watch the tarot for this forecast if you are a sun sign, Aquarius, as well as rising. But your review has to do with the 11th house. And Saturn will retrograde from March 25th through August 13th. He's a slow mover compared to Mars. He'll be in a sign for about 2.5 to 3 years. So there's energy in the 11th, but there's also restriction here. So you're very choosy, Aquarius. You're very picky about who you're spending time with. That's a great word. On the 8th of March, we have our new moon total solar eclipse at 18 degrees of Pisces. This is the second house of money. So this new moon total solar eclipse is conjunct Mercury, who entered there. So you'll have the sun and the moon there, and you'll also have Mercury, Neptune, who's been stationed there for quite a long time, the ruling planet of Pisces, as well as the asteroid Chiron. All of this energy in the second house. But what I'm feeling, since Neptune is such a nebulous energy and dreamy, watery, wishy-washy, a little bit delusional, it's not the healthiest planet to have in your finance sector. But you have some other energies there to ground this second house, like the sun himself, the authority figure, and Mercury. Venus is entering this sector on the 12th as well to join the party. So there's personal planet action, and then the more distant energies of Chiron and Neptune. But your finances are where your mind is focused. Your budget. How much money do I need for this? How can I rebudget? You could be receiving a lot of tax returns around that time, or starting a new financial plan, financial planning. A financial planner could come into the mix. New money could be coming to you as well because of this being a new moon and a game-changing energy. It's not just a 28-day transit with this eclipse. This is, 6 months at least energy when the eclipse hits. I've seen it be a year worth of energy where it takes off. It depends. So Venus in this sector as well. I love Venus in a money sector because she gets a lot of credit for being the love planet. Venus has a lot to do with money. And just as much as she governs Libra, the 7th house on the solar wheel, the sign of love, she governs Taurus, the 2nd house, the sign of finance, security, stability. So your finances are going through some kind of grounding and a newness to them. There's a lot of new energy here because we are entering our vernal equinox on the 20th. Happy New Year. Astrologers love the first day of spring. It's the start of the astrological wheel. Everything starts in Aries. The ram, the head, the start of the new year, the 20th of March. Happy spring in the northern hemisphere. And this is all about the 3rd house for you. Now your 3rd house of communications is activated. And there's a new communication style for you. There is the sun in the 3rd house on the 20th, and then directly on the 21st, Mercury makes another transit. The planet of communications in a communication sector. So interviews, study, communication with local neighbors, siblings, a new vehicle for you Aquarians, or a new mode of transportation, a new way of communicating. I think I said that. Newness is the theme. New. On the 23rd, back-to-back, full moon lunar eclipse at 3 degrees of Libra in the 9th house of foreign travel. We have a lot of cardinal energy, cardinal ingress of spring going into the vernal equinox, cardinal ingress into the sign of Aries, and then Libra is a cardinal sign as well. So there's a sense of authority and taking action. It's time to get a move on. But the full moon is bringing an awareness and a closure in the 9th house. Some of you are ending some kind of belief pattern or changing your belief system. You could be ending a foreign travel, a trip at this point as well, around the 23rd. Ending a course of study in the 9th house of higher certification. There's a lot of ways it could add up. The definitive meanings can't apply exactly to every Aquarian, but some of these messages might resonate with you. Let's get to the tarot and see what happens there. If you'd like to read with me personally to get a very accurate reading, I'm at audreyalison.com. That's with 1 L. And you can book your reading there with me. I read all through the week. This is what I do. I also delineate charts. So if you're into astrological readings, they start at the 45-minute mark. I always incorporate the tarot in my readings. I know some people are very specific about how they want the reading to go. However, I need to rely upon the skills that I have and the tools that I use in my reading. So if you want an astrological reading, I can absolutely provide that, but I do incorporate the tarot to tell a story when I'm in my readings. I also wanted to tell you on the 25th of February, I will be returning to Goddess Alive Radio and having an hour worth of callers for free. So that number and information will be posted on my Facebook page, Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot, as well as motherhouseofthegoddess.com website. So you can get the number and call in for a free tarot taster with me. Okay, these are very shuffled. Let's see what's up, Aquarius, for March. The Eight of Pentacles. I like this card. The colors are so vibrant. He's getting to work. He is accumulating his finances. There's a lot of second house energy. Here comes the wind. I don't want my cards to blow away. Okay. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. There you go, second house. Like literally the second house. Finance, budget, weighing your pros and cons with money, coming up with how I'm spending versus what I'm receiving. Wow, you got pentacles galore. I love this card, the Seven of Pentacles. Look at the lavender pentacles. See, not all of them look the same, which is why I love this deck too. These are white pentacles. These are purple, lavender. You have 3 coin cards so far. That's your second house. The Tarot knows. Seven of Coins, going through stages of transformation with your money. This card reminds me of, you could have a day job, you know, your 9 to 5 or what you use to pay the bills, but the way you're going about your earnings and your accumulative money is changing. You could also have a side gig that you're passionate about. You could be going through stages of what you're interested in how you're earning. Let me continue with, you have a few more cards before I get into it. The Six of Cups, sorry, at first I thought it was a 4. The Six of Cups, recalling the past, nostalgia, where you come from, your family, feeling a little emotional about the way things used to be. Looking back a little bit, maybe looking back a little bit too much. Nine of Cups. This is the wish card. In addition to the star in the tarot, there are 2 wish cards. This is one of them. I like this homie. He's rocking a little bit of a 70s shag, like he caught out like Rod Stewart in The Faces a little bit. And that mustache. He looks a little bit like the Magician to me. But the Nine of Cups is fulfillment. It's happiness. It's a successful card, but it's also, what is your desired wish, Aquarius? If you had one wish, and don't make it money, it could be because you have all these coin cards and your second house is about to go off in March, but the cup cards are an emotional attachment. They have to do with love and emotional watery connections. What's your wish? Ooh, look at that. 10 of Cups. Maybe it is for this relationship. This is a huge card for successful communication, third house, where you have your Sun and Mercury and the vernal equinox. This communication energy and relationship energy is coming through now. It started with all these coins. Now it's getting into the cups. You have 3 coins, 3 coin cards, and 3 cup cards. Let me get him. I don't know if I'm holding these up right. The 6, the 9, and the 10. 9 and 10, amazing cards. You had one more card, Page of Wands, messages. Ooh, look at the pyramid behind him. Maybe some of you are getting back from Cairo or Egypt, that 9th house of foreign travel. Were some of you traveling to those Egyptian energy? Cairo. I don't know why I'm saying Cairo. It first came to me when I saw that pyramid. Okay, so the ending. You might be saving a lot, putting your money away, a lot of hard work, skill, creativity, a trade. You have money that you're earning from your day job and then something you're doing on the side. That's what I want to say this is about. The 2 of Coins in between the 7 and the 8. You're divvying up your time and energy. Your accrual of finances is coming from 2 different areas. If it isn't, Perhaps it should be. Maybe you're branching out. The Seven of Coins in my alchemical deck that I use constantly by Robert M. Place is the obelisk, going through stages of transformation in order to achieve your highest financial success. Maybe some of you have to rely more on your emotional connections with people from the past that you knew to support you financially. Turning inward into your relationship. Some of you could be starting business partnerships in your relationship, which I don't personally recommend mixing business with pleasure too much, but for some people it can work out, especially if you are 2 Scorpios or 2 Cancerians. I find that the water signs, not necessarily Pisces, but Cancer and Scorpio work well together, the same signs. 2 fire signs do not. They're always fighting over who the boss is. You can't have 2 Leos, really, or even like a Sag and a Leo might struggle for authority in a work position. However, some of you might go on to the connections you used to know from the past to get work or to get involved in something creative where your trade or your skill can be enhanced. Thanks so much for tuning in, Aquarius. It was great to read for you. I'm wishing you a beautiful March. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.